So I spilled hot sauce on my keyboard. Yeah, anyway, today it's me, Just Blocks, and we're gonna cover a little myth going around these parts. That's right. The one, the only Addec. That's right, that guy. You heard of him? I have, and he's around for sure. Now, I'm pretty sure a majority of my audience knows about Addec already. Mostly. I hope. But I thought today, why don't I cover him? There's a reason I've been holding back on the whole Addec train. There's just been a little reason. But I'm so happy to do this video. I've been waiting to do this video for forever, and I've been wanting to do this video. I can tell you, and there's no other I've never wanted to not do a video like this. Yep. Anyway, but now I am. So isn't that so exciting? But listen. I don't sound the most enthusiastic right now, but that's because like it's 9 o'clock and I like woke up like an hour ago. But that's just because I'm tired. No other reason. I swear, there's no other reason why I'd be any unhappy. On a side note, I spilled hot sauce on my keyboard. I just thought I should mention that again, in case you didn't hear me in the intro. Anyway. Alright, Addec lore, here we go. Let me talk to you about how this video is gonna work. I don't want to make this too lengthy, because you guys don't like your lengthy videos, do you? I'll probably trim this down a little in the old editing softwares. Basically, it's gonna be a multiple part series, because I'm not gonna cover, like an hour of content, in one video. You know how much effort that takes? I'd rather make two goodly, is that a word? Yeah, goodly edited videos separate than make one backdoor deal handed not episode. And secondly, I don't want this like script that I'm reading to be like a bajillion pages long. Just okay. Alright, intro out of the way. Let's get into the lore, the juice, the pizzazz. I'm gonna cut out a lot of this video, I noticed. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna be reading off a little article in a Roblox game about Addec, but then I'll talk about a little stuff too. That way it's fresh, and it's not just me reading a whole Wikipedia article. I like giving my people, my fans, pizzazz. Is that the word? Yes, it is. Alright, I have this video in the background of the whole dwelling thing. If you guys want a how to beat all the puzzles in the dwelling myth, I might make a video about that. Who knows? It'll probably be after this multi-series. I'm excited. So why don't we just hop on in right now, right here, right now. Alright, we're going to the very beginning right now. Imagine yourself. Actually, you don't have to imagine yourself. I'm putting pictures on the screen. Editor JustBlocks, please put pictures on the screen. Don't forget to do that. That's a good thing that I'm doing that right now. Yep. Anyway. Okay, it's time to start our story, and our story starts with a little man, a little boy, and his name is Richard Trisanov. That's right, Richard Trisanov. He wasn't like the other boys. He was a loner, a little bit of a nerd. Our boy originally was born in Russia, but his parents moved him to the good old England, is what I hear. And in England, he was 10, according to the article. When he was 10, he turned 10. His parents were offered a job at a repair shop. And guess what they repaired? Machinery. And guess what? Addec, for the first time, met the one and only. Yeah, I got a drum roll. JustBlocks, please put a drum roll here. The one and only Abel Brzezinski. Yeah, put a cheer sound effect here also. Yeah, Abel Brzezinski. This is gonna be such a long video. Okay, anyway. Yeah. So, like, but that job didn't really pay well, so, after that whole ordeal, he was old enough to get a job of his own, so he got a job at Schwarbert Corp. Am I saying that wrong? Probably. Do I care? Not enough. I don't get paid. Oh my god, I sound so satirical. Sorry about that one. Yeah. So so Addec got a job at Schwarbert Corp. He was an engineer, and this is where he met some of his coworkers and a very important name to the lore, which I did not forget. What was it? It was yabba yabba. I know this, guys. I'm not looking it up right now. I'm gonna cut this out in the video. Uh, hold that thought. Oh, Victor Freeman. I got it in the end. Victor Freemana or whatever. Victor, just call him Victor, right? And Victor to Richard, our boy Richard. He's a little bit of a competitor, cause they're both in the department, and eventually Richard gets he gets, what's the word? I'm losing it right now, man. He gets promoted. He gets promoted to a new position, head engineer. And he starts getting all these awards. What are these awards? I don't know. Richard never explains what the awards are. But he wins all these awards, And then you start to forget about Victor Freeman, Victor Freeman's gonna show up. You'll see. So, our boy Richard, he gets cause he's got all these awards and he's like a head engineer. Of course, he had to get an assistant, and that assistant happens to be Ivor Seta. That's right, Ivor Seta. That's an important name in the lore. Write that down in your notebooks, class, and I'll quiz you at the end of the video. We're gonna have a dwelling quiz, and we're gonna find out which dwelling character are you. Yeah. All right, so we got our boy Ivor Seta. Our cast of characters are growing right now. And then, during his time here, he meets some friends in England. You got Abigail Linton, an important name. Keep that name in mind. Currently, they are a biologist, according to the article. I swear, guys, I'm not making stuff up. And, Addec, he likes to go, apparently, with all his friends and his coworkers. He goes to the specific pub every Saturday or something, because he loves going to the bar, and he loves seeing his favorite band playing. That's right, Judas and the Rattlesnakes. Put a picture of them on the screen, JustBlocks. Yep. Okay, now put. I don't want to tire myself out, actually. It's alright, JustBlocks. I know how hard it's been. Thanks, JustBlocks. I'm talking to myself anyway. So yeah, life is going good for Richard Trisanov until life doesn't go good. You know how I mentioned Richard won all these awards? Well, that changed. You see, it was a big night for Addec, right? He was at the award ceremony, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this award because I always get the award, and my name is Richard, and I'm the best." But guess what, Richard? You're not the best. And Victor Freeman got the award. And he was like, "Oh, I'm grumpy, ooga booga." So Richie Rich over here, you know what he decides to do? He decides to lock himself in his house. Being the assistant good boy Ivor said it is, he was like, "Oh, I better check on the guy who pays me." So, of course, he goes up to his little room, his little house. He goes up the stairs, and he finds Addec in a little bad spot. He finds him in a little disarray, in a bad area. And out of rage, his assistant's trying to talk to Richard, and he's like, "Hey man, how you doing? You doing good?" And then guess what Richard does? He does the worst thing possible. He pushes poor Ivor Seta down the stairs, and he dies. Yeah. So you can mark that character off your little notebook, class. You can mark him off. He's not going to be important in the quiz, and he won't be there. So don't worry about it. All right. Anyway, so Ivor Seta dies. And Richard, he's in a bad headspace. He's not really sane. and he's never been sane since. I don't know, one award really just ticked him off. Anyway, so Richard, he like in a very normal way. He's like, oh shoot, my assistant's dead. And guess what? He doesn't call the cops. He doesn't call like, I don't know, an ambulance. Guess what he does? He's like, oh, I'm a repair guy. I'm a head engineer. I'll just make a new assistant. You see what? Huh? This doesn't even, never mind, man. Whatever. Sure. Sure, Addec. Sure. Nice lore writing, man. Okay, so he's making this robot, right? And he's like, I don't want this assistant robot to be as robotic. I want him to be human. I want him to act human. I can normal conversations with him. But the thing is, Richard wasn't normal. So he taught all this little robot goober, like a bunch of phrases, like, and human things. But and this robot was named Addec. Now, I want you to know that Addec and Richard are two different people. Write this down. It's going to be on the quiz. Addec and Richard are two different people. Richard's the human engineer, and Addec is the robot. No, he looks like a robot for now, but there's room to change, I guess. So here we go. Here's the big shaboom. You see, Addec here's the Kardashian drama. Addec didn't really get the memo. He was like, oh, father. When I say, see, my owner, Richard Trisnov, he doesn't want me to be like a human. He wants me to replace him. That's right. So guess what? He learns all these human things, but they're not really as clear. Because, they're altered. Because Richard Trisnov is in a bad headspace on what he thinks is, in quotations, human. So, So his Addic's, way of being, in quotations, human isn't, correct. So, guess what? Addec decides he needs to make his move. He needs to replace his owner, because that's clearly what he wanted in the end. Which isn't as true. So, as any robot would do, he tears apart Richard's skin, killing him and using him as a skin suit. Yep, I'll let that sink in. Yep, that he used him as a skin suit. I really want you to think about that. Think about the mind image. So now our boy Addec, he now looks like Richard Trisnov, and that's where you see him right now. That's what Richard Trisnov looks like, or looked like before he got mauled to death and is a skin suit, decaying skin suit. So that's that little bit of lore. Alright, so Addec, our boy Addec, he's our new main character now. I don't want you guys just checking in on you. He's our new main character, hip hip hooray and all that. Addec, he decides to kidnap all of his coworkers and friends, to be a part of his family, because that's what being human's all about, having a family. And, by that, he kills all the coworkers and steals all of Addic's friends. Yep, a lot of people died in that office. Pretty sure they closed down. I couldn't tell you why, man. Maybe it's because there was a genocidal robot on the loose. So he kidnaps this family. And here we got our expanding cast of characters. I will name them all. Abel Brzezinski, Earl Linton, Abigail Linton, their daughter Daphne Linton, Noreen Dunberg, Elaine Wolf, their husband, their children, and some other goobers along the way. Oh, and Gerald Cirkovich. Can't forget about Gerald. Oh yeah. Alright, so he kidnaps all these people, and he brainwashes them to be like, oh yeah, I'm not Addec, no, what are you talking about, I'm Richard. So he brainwashes them. Don't question how he brainwashes them, because Addec doesn't explain that. He just, no need. Just don't question it, it's magic. It's Disney magic, alright? Just don't even question it. So, he goes over to them, and then he goes away from all that. He moves to a different state with his so-called family. And, but, this wasn't enough for Addec. This just wasn't enough. He really wanted to be like Richard. So much, and I say in quotation, he built a machine to go inside Richard's mind. Really? You hearing this? Man, I don't... Okay. So he goes inside this machine to be more like Richard. But guess what? Things go wrong. Now everyone's trapped in the machine. And they're being haunted by the machine. And that's usually not a good thing. You know, you don't want to be haunted by a machine. Or, you know. So they're trapped in a machine now. And that's kind of all the background information. There's a little more that I didn't go into. Like Judas. And how he fits in all this. The games of the machine. And all that. There's all that. Yeah. We haven't even scratched the surface of what's to come, man. We got so much more. This is gonna be a pain to edit, but, you know, complaining isn't gonna help, right? Yeah. So, that's a little prologue to the Addec lore. And that will be all. I'm sorry, guys, but that's all for part 1. That's it. No more. Yeah, sorry. Just put a funny little thing on screen. I don't know, just do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, guys. That's all the lore you're getting. Until I make a part 2. When will that be? When will that come out? That's a good question. A good question to ask me. Problem is, I don't even know myself because I'm still editing part 1. That's right. Yeah. I'm probably gonna cut out all the uhs I say in this video, so if you don't hear a single in this video, subscribe, because good job to Justablocks, he edited all that. I mean, like, give him a round of applause. Go clap. Please clap. Please. But if he didn't remove all the uhs, then don't clap. But still subscribe. Yeah, you can leave the video now. I'm just gonna do my outro. Subscribe, man. Oh, yeah. And also, if you want me to do more myth content, or any myths, please, I'm really lonely, reach out to me. Because I'm a lonely guy. So if you're a Roblox myth, and you want the Justablocks grind, please reach out to me. I got nothing better to do right now. You know, so just reach out to me, man, and, you know, we'll have a good time, we'll have a good laugh. But that's it, that's all I'm gonna have to say. Check him out. Check out Addec. And you can do your own little investigation before I release part 2. It may or may not be the last part. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. And yeah. Later, goobers.